Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max and Juan cast. I'm here on a Sunday night. As you guys can see, it might be called the Max and Joey cast
Well,
because
actually, bro, you ain't here. Joey
Joey's
here.
in my spot.
Fucking, I got my intern up, called him up to the big leagues for this game. But my intern hurt, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Take it easy on Joey. Joey, how you doing, man? I know you're not
I'm
good.
hanging in there, man.
Yeah, by a
I'm
thread.
So look, man, like I said, Sunday night, doing this right after the game. Initial reactions. If you guys don't know, if you guys are not a regular to the channel, Joey is one of our most probably what this is what your third time on here.
He's
Most
probably the
frequent?
most
Second,
most freak. No, third at least because you were on the
Third,
pick'em, you were on the
yeah.
draft show, the aforementioned draft show
He's
of
always
darkness.
we're always dropping his name on the podcast. He's our resident Niner fan, so it fits so well to have him on the show today. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and hit that intro. Man, what a day of football, fellas. It can't get any better than this. And I mean, in the words of Harbaugh back in the day, who's got it better than us? Nobody.
Nobody.
Look, man, look, just off bat, okay? The original plan, Joey's over there. I was supposed to be over there. I forgot it was my birthday. All right. And I know that's weird for other people to think of, but I'm not a big person when it comes to my birthday.
It's a well kept
But,
secret until today. One actually usually used to be like, it's not today. Don't worry about
I
me.
know.
Happy
We can
birthday,
lie to
Juan.
people.
Happy birthday,
I
man.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. As
I'm not
Joey
saying
doesn't
it.
even tell me happy
Nah,
birthday.
don't go on, Joe. Take it.
I'm not telling him nothing.
True character right there, buddy.
Look, man, I'm feeling.
He already got his
fantastic.
birthday present early.
I know.
One time
I
I just
texted him
said-
that. I said, bro, you got what you wish for, bro. Now you don't have to go to
Look,
Six Flags during the fucking game.
I know. I can actually enjoy the Super Bowl. I can actually watch it without being fucking so pissed off and of being the biggest hater of them all. Look, it started off great from the back, dude. From the bat, like Chiefs lose. I can't believe what happened today, bro. Like both crazy games. Like you would think the football gods were like, you know what? We gave you guys 4 close ass games, one of the best divisional weekends. Conference weekend, you motherfuckers can relax, okay? You guys are going to get to a couple of blowouts. And that's what it was looking like. Like, oh shit, the Chiefs were going to blow them out. But Bengals came back warring. Fantastic game with the Rams and the Niners, as we all saw. I want to get the initial thoughts from Joey, man. I got a couple of memes ready. So we're going to be laughing.
Are you going to start with the memes, or are you going to just start with his initial reactions? Or are you going to spritz in the memes with the reaction?
Look, first of all, we got to show this. All right. First of all, we got to show
that looks clean. That looks nice, bro. I think it's weird when we got two
Get that off my screen.
We got, bro, it's kind of weird when we got two Super Bowl teams playing in their home back to back after it hadn't happened for like 50 years. That's kind of weird, right?
That is crazy.
But all right, so are we starting with the memes or are we starting with Joey?
Let's go with Joey first. I'll drop the memes here and there. I got little drops for them.
Okay. That's how it started for us too, bro. The big fucking sigh.
Well, damn. All right. So what happened was, man.
Look, we know what happened in the game. We know y'all lost. I want to get like, what was the problem? Like, what was the problem? What stuck out to you when you guys lost that game? You were like, "Fuck!" Was it Jimmy? Was it Jimmy Ward? Was it
Jaquaski Tart?
Well, I felt like they didn't do a good job stopping Cooper Cup. I felt like they did a good job with everything else. I thought defensively, except for stopping Cooper Cup, they should have doubled him. He should never be open that open. I just felt like there were so many situations where he was just one on one, and he just flat out won his matchup. No matter how good the coverage was, he just got open.
11 catches for 142 and 2 touchdowns, Joey. Just to back you up a little bit on that. And a lot of those I felt like were key third downs. But I'll let you keep going. I just wanted to add that.
And it's so fitting. I just want to throw this out there. He has shattered Jerry Rice's record as far as like yards
for a single season.
And playoffs crazy. Included. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely shattered.
That's crazy.
So what about the other side of the ball, Joey? What about your offense?
I would say the offense couldn't run the ball. They just didn't. They just couldn't run the ball as effectively as they like to, which is so important to their game because their offense is so limited because of Jimmy Garoppolo. He really can only pass so much before he throws the game away.
I mean, he tried to throw it away a little earlier to Jalen Ramsey, and he got bailed out.
What did we say last week, Max? What did we say last week?
You're just like, a matter of time.
When you see Jimmy G roll out the pocket and he's trying to make a play,
it's just
all
like,
you're thinking is, that's big.
My God.
That's a fucking
big. I remember he did that. He did that this game, and I think he hit Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey dropped 2 picks. Yeah.
What was with guys this game? Fucking body catching. It looks like we had a bunch of like Terrence Williams out there.
I know.
Honestly, that's true. Jacoski Tart had a huge drop pick in this game.
Was
Joey
it Tart?
It was Tart.
It was
Tart, right?
It was Tart.
And then Ward followed it up with a helmet-to-helmet on Odell, who I think we should all tip our cap off. I know Joey won't do it because he's kind of pissed off right now. But Odell, 7 catches for 100-ish yards.
He played well.
If you get 100 out of Odell, you're like, man, how can you beat the Rams? I mean, the Rams outrushed the Niners. I think if I told Joey that at the start of the game, he'd be like, that we're going to lose by a huge
100%,
amount.
Absolutely.
But this game was really close. It was very close. The Rams were sputtering. They threw a pick on their first possession in the red zone. I thought the Rams out-ninered the Niners the first half. Ball control, running the ball. And I was like, damn, Joey, the Rams are running a lot more effectively than I thought. And we watched the whole game together. It felt like the Rams were honestly outplaying them, but they were down 17-7. And it was just like, what the hell's happening right here? And
I agree.
I mean, personally, my favorite play was when Debo got popped. That was my favorite play. I had to rewind it.
I think that was the turning point in the game, honestly, was that play. I felt like they finally punched the bully in the mouth. Because, look, you can put the stats out there all you want. I know Joey said, like, he didn't like the fact that you guys couldn't run the ball. But honestly, I just felt like it was a heavyweight match. Like, the Rams came out, they drove down the field, and the Niners get the interception. Like, from there, it was a dogfight from both teams. It was. And I just thought at any point of the game, my feeling of it, especially when the Niners were up 17-7?
Mm-hmm.
I thought the Niners had control of this game.
I
thought they had the Rams right where they wanted them, which was an ugly game, playing from up, not down. Like, it was all in their pocket, bro. And the Rams, you got to give credit to Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Odell, man. Even, like, who the fuck is Blayton? Like, the guy who came in for Higbee.
They only have one. He's the only tight end on the roster outside of Higbee. I'm like, y'all got 2 tight ends?
Enormous plays from that guy. I mean,
the flea flicker screen, which I've never seen before, but I loved it. Right. I loved every second of it. It was gutsy one. I think the Rams' performance was, if you were going to sum it up, it wasn't perfect. They left a lot of meat on the bone. It was gutsy, and they kind of got over the hurdle that has been just plaguing them for 3 years. They're 6-0, the Niners. This is a game you have to win, I think, to change the Sean McVay's feeling towards the Niners, and it's about time you fucking do that to the Niners, man. And I'm sorry it's coming at your expense, Joey. I don't mean for it to. It's just, you guys had them, and then Rams just pulled their big boy pants up and said, we're not losing this game. And I thought for 3.5 quarters, hold on, we're good. Oh, okay, cool. That's stupid. So assholes
As
have to
Max
come.
gets a phone call.
Yeah, as I have my phone on Do Not Disturb and I'm getting a phone call. But lucky me. I just thought man, I lost my train of thought. I thought the Niners O-line was kicking the Rams' ass in pass protection. I didn't see Jimmy get hurt. He wasn't getting hit that frequently, and then the fourth quarter kind of just changed. We were talking about where the F is Aaron Donald.
I think they showed up when it most counted on that last drive. I think that last drive they put the nail in the coffin. That pass rush all day wasn't getting there like that. The last that last 3 downs, should I say? Like they got after Jimmy G. That shit was ugly.
And should we talk about the picky throw? I just think it's such a microcosm for what he was. And can we effectively say it's over? Are we all good to say that it's over for him?
It's over. It's over. He's not
garbage.
Garbage. What did that?
Oh my god. Yeah, it's over. He's not coming back. But best of luck with his new team.
But it's just we've talked about it, and I'll be honest, I'm gonna call you out right now, Joey. The year they went to the Super Bowl, the Niners, you were singing his praises, and me and Juan were like, he's a ticking time bomb. He'll never make the play. And I think that play just summed up what he was. He's like a low reward, high risk quarterback in a sense. It's just you're scared to death of the fucking guy. And
go ahead. I 100% I agree with you. I think we saw this. He did this something similar to what he just did in the Packers game earlier this year. You remember that fumble where he threw the pass behind him and then it was
he did it last week against the Packers. He scrambled and threw a duck that got picked off in the red zone. It's just it's just he's a ticking time bomb, and it's hard to run when you have the best running attack in the NFL, but no one's afraid of you. No one's afraid of your pass game. It was 5-man fronts all day. Like those are some of the best looks to throw into, and Debo and Ayuk played great, and Kittle, he does so much outside of the receiving. But I told Joey right now before, I said, what's your team going to look like if you have a capable guy back there?
I mean, this picture sums it up, bro. This sums up what the Niners are dealing with. I'm sorry for the audio listeners.
I'll describe it. It's basically two Simpsons character on a tandem bike pulling fat Chief Wiggum, who's Jimmy G, up a hill, and they straining, bro. They straining, and I mean, I think the Niners are definitely in a precarious place this offseason. You just gave 3 first-round picks, and me and Juan were joking, like, I hope they win the Super Bowl so you guys have Jimmy G another year. Because hopefully this is the game where people see, I don't care about his record. Debo Samuel, I don't care about your tweet about his record. This is why he is not a good quarterback. Because when the chips were down, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 14, he just made the most boneheaded play he tried to throw a shovel pass Aaron Donald on his back, and he should have been picked off 3 times that game. And it's just, I mean, the first drive of the game, me and Joey was pissed. He overthrew Kittle wide open. It was a touchdown. No. Can't have that. It just showed Stafford.
I won't give him so much shit for that pass. Was it bad? Yeah. In the heat of the moment, you're like, what the fuck? What was that? But I mean, he was just trying to make a play, dude. It was 3rd down and long. Like, yeah, you have another down to stay alive, but I'm not giving him so much for that throw. And let's be honest. I mean, the guy did it last week.
No.
They were in the same situation. The only difference was he was down this time. Last week, the game was tied. He drove down the field, got him in field goal range, won the game. This one, it didn't happen. And that's that inconsistency, and that's the difference between great quarterbacks and all right quarterbacks. And I would give it to Jimmy. I thought he played a good enough game to win. I honestly would say that. There was a couple plays out there that were missed opportunities by the Niners, and I thought they had a chance to win, but you need an elevated quarterback to take you over the top. And I think we've been seeing it all playoffs. The Niners were this weird team that just wasn't winning that way, and it finally came back and bit them. Like, what do I say every time in the playoffs, Max? Especially with a guy like Lamar Jackson. Like, these guys,
The shit don't work. It's
there
regular
comes a
season.
time. There comes a time when it's third down, and it's third down and 10, and you have to make a throw, and whether it's getting away from a guy or standing in the barrel of a gun, taking the hit and throwing a strike into a tight window, like those are the things that separate you. And Jimmy G just straight up doesn't do that enough. Have I seen him do it? Yeah, but doesn't do it consistently.
He doesn't do it when it's all on the line. That's for sure. And
I
Stafford,
mean,
a guy that
sometimes.
I don't want to see it. Bro, you talk about the drive
Sometimes.
last week. Maybe you can maybe say once a blue moon. But
Yeah.
this it's just too inconsistent. And the guy Matthew Stafford, I thought played a hell of a game. It was tough. It was gritty. This is why you make the trade for him, right? I think the trade worked. You give it an A plus.
So fitting. Just literally a year ago from now, they made this trade. Like it's so crazy that it comes into fruition like this. Like he's in the Super Bowl, and it just goes to show you how some quarterbacks, sometimes they're in the bad situation and it doesn't get shown. This guy's flourishing, man.
Yeah.
Like everything is going right for him. But gutsy win by the Niners. Excuse me, the Niners.
Don't give
Gutsy
Joey a
win by the Rams.
low blow.
I know, right?
I only
He
wish that were
wishes-
true.
Do you guys wish this game had Jared Goff instead of Stafford just for the quarterback play?
Yes.
See which quarterback could be
Yes.
less bad.
That would be amazing.
That would just
You know
be
what's
like-
a great parallel? Shout out to my coworker Robert. He was on the draft show with us a couple months back. Diehard Niner fan. He reminded me of Mark Sanchez.
Oh
And
god.
it's so funny because you know what Mark Sanchez
Kinda
is
looks like him, too.
you know what Sanchez's postseason record is?
Like
Any
6-2.
It's 4-2.
It's pretty
What's
good.
Jimmy's?
4-2.
4-2.
Wow.
Great
That's
parallel.
Very
Two
weird parallel,
guys.
but it's good.
I mean, that's Mark Sanchez won, and all these fuckers out here talking about Jimmy G's this and Jimmy G's that. He's a winner, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's bullshit narratives, dude. Can I ask you a question one before we move on? What do you guys think of the broadcast of this game? Me and Joey had a discussion about it. I want to talk about the broadcast of the game and the refereeing of the games today.
I thought the refereeing was good.
I'm pissed off about
it.
I'm pissed off about it because
why?
In the regular season, all this shit's penalties. I understand you got to let them play more, but I like how the NBA won. It's like, okay, we're reffing the game at like 50%, right? We'll call some ticky-tack crap. Playoffs are like, okay, we're going to up it like 25%. You can play more. The NFL is just ridiculous. They're just like, they're too afraid to swallow the whistle. You got Fred Warner stabbing Matthew Stafford in the fucking head with his helmet, which is just blatant. And you got Jalen Ramsey being dragged down by the face. It's not all Niners. I'm just saying it's everywhere. The Chiefs are holding every freaking play on defense. It's just like, y'all got to have some control over the game. I love letting them play. I don't want but it's like now they're too scared to throw the flag at all now. It's just ridiculous to me. Joey?
100%, I agree. There were so many plays that we were watching just happening, and it like 9 out of 10 times in the regular season, that's a penalty. And they rarely called it. They called it maybe 5 times out of who knows 20 instances.
And it's not just Niners, it's both teams. It's just ridiculous. Like, how does Fred Warner get away with that in a playoff game? It's just crazy. It's just
that is crazy.
How does the Rashad Fenton get away with grabbing T. Higgins' arm the whole play for the touchdown where he has to one-hand the ball? And it's just like, I don't understand that. I just don't get how in playoff football now they're too effing afraid because that one ref who blew the call is just paralyzed these guys. It's just a joke. The refs suck. I just hate the refs this year.
I thought the refs have been doing a great job besides.
How about the Raider game?
Ironically, I was just going to say that. Ironically, I know I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to be a boo-hoo on my fucking season, but the worst officiated game in the playoffs by far was the Raider game.
Definitely would agree with that. I just hate the inconsistency one where it's like now everything in the regular season is a penalty. Now nothing is. It's like you have to have a balance. You have to have some control over the game as a ref. But again, I love letting them play. We don't like penalties, right? We do not like them. You hate when a call makes a game, right? The worst thing that happens is what happened in the NFC Championship game with the Saints. We'd all agree.
I love that every single one of these games, probably except for the Raider game, none of them have came down to a call. That's been the big difference. That's what I love.
I like that. I just wish there's a little more like, hey, let's not just let these guys get away with what we all know is PI. But now it's playoff football. It's like the Chiefs. They hold every freaking play. And lastly, one, what do you think of the broadcast? Me and Joey hated it. I've never seen so many commercials on a broadcast. It was insane to me. Is it just me?
No, I thought it was just regular, to be honest. I wasn't really paying attention to what Troy Aikman and Buck were saying. I officially hate Tony Romo. I thought he was slobbering all over Patrick Mahomes way too much. Like, just the way that he was talking about them, on how it just made him sound so much more superior to anyone in the NFL. Like, all over Patrick Mahomes. And I mean, yeah, he was great. He played almost a perfect half. And that's great and all, but as a broadcaster, I feel like you just need to have more of a balance, you know?
Yeah,
You can't
you
just
can't
lean
be
so
slobbing
hard
on
on
one
one
guy.
side.
Even Troy Aikman, when he calls Cowboy games, isn't that bad.
Yeah.
That's a good segue, though.
I hate Tony Romo, though. But yeah, great segue to Chiefs and Bengals. My wish came true. I'm officially going for the Bengals. Fuck everybody who says that the Raiders suck. Hey, man, there ain't no shame. We lost to the Super Bowl participant, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right.
I still
Raider
feel
Nation
shame
all day.
So did my team. I still feel shame.
Well, you know, Joey's actually like a very, one's a, what do they call crazy people fan, where he just sees it like, oh, this is awesome. We lost with the best. It's like, bro, you lost first round. Y'all trash. Get out of here.
Fuck you.
My team lost with the GOAT. Might have a better excuse.
Hey, man. For real, though. I mean, that's facts, though. That's facts.
Oh, my God.
Look. The first half, phenomenal by the fucking Chiefs. Everyone thought it was going to be a blowout. I didn't like how the Bengals came out. I thought their defense was getting pushed around, and they were doing some really idiotic things in the first half. Like, just things that did not make any sense. They were playing very basic defense, very conservative. They were getting pushed around on as far as the running game goes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Edwards-Helaire and Jerick McKinnon look like the second coming of D'Angelo Williams and fucking what's his name? Who was
Jonathan Stewart?
Jonathan Stewart. Like, really,
okay,
though. Like,
1 second. You can totally put your phone on silent now. You good?
Is it mine?
Yeah, it's definitely you. My phone's right there. I already have my F up. Now I gotta call you out. I gotta shame everybody now. That's the type of guy I am.
And then Mahomes pitch perfect half. I mean, it was ridiculous.
What was it, like 21-10?
I'm not supposed to get any cell reception in the dungeon.
Yeah, I know. We gotta make a pass for today so we can get all the hate texts coming in for you.
You can't phone call your way out of this, Joey. You're stuck here forever. Okay?
Welcome to this hell.
Yeah, you're in Niner hell. And that's what the Bengals were in. They were in Chiefs hell. Like, the first 2 touchdowns, fellas, how ridiculous were those touchdowns? Like,
whenever Patrick Mahomes goes up, turns his back, goes right, goes left, throws a dot, you're like, Jesus.
Right.
Come on, this isn't fair.
And look, this is where my point's going to come up. You get the good with the bad. Like, those plays come. You get those plays in the first half where you're dancing, you're trying to make something happen. You're Patrick Mahomes, you're the best quarterback in the league. And sometimes that shit just flat out doesn't work. Second half, they storm back, bro. And I love the resiliency from the Bengals, especially on offense, honestly. I think all playoffs, really, against the Raiders, against the Titans, and today against the Chiefs, they just have this sense of, like, don't panic. Like, it's okay. We're good. We're going to keep on running the ball. We're going to keep on trying to make some plays out here. Let's not press the panic button. Like, I can't remember a team this young playing like this. They look like a veteran team, the way that they respond to adversity. It's fucking insane. I wish someone can explain it to me, but there's no explaining. It's just like they're young. They don't know any better.
You're 100% right. Well, I don't know what to tell you. And I think you forgot something that happened huge before the half. Chiefs are on the 1 yard line with 9 seconds.
Yeah.
First down, they don't get shit. Second down, he throws a dump off to Tyreek in the flat, tackled in bounds.
That's trusting
No
your
points.
players.
No points. And Patrick Mahomes thinks they have a timeout, which is just, in games like this, you can't leave any points off the board. That's just a huge mental error. It's
For
just
the first time, Max, for the first time, and I know you're familiar with this because you're an Eagle fan. That's the first time I seen Andy Reid
Eagle
affect the
Reid?
game. Like Eagle Reid came out today.
Yeah, it's definitely. I would say so. Oh, dude. Oh, by the way, Sean McVay was in his Andy Reid coaching mismanagement of the clock bag.
Yeah.
No timeouts with 8 minutes left in the game. I've never seen that in a championship game.
Right.
But you just can't leave points on the board, right? And honestly, I agree with you how the way the Bengals started the game. Just they kept trying to establish the run, and I was like, bro, this is not like that's cool if you run once in a while, but we can't just like run on first and second down.
I would love to go back and see how many second down and 9s they had.
They had so many. And then the Chiefs, I was like, damn, they're running the ball 6 yards every time. Like, just keep doing it.
Right.
And I think they should have kept going. Dude, they had like 150 rushing yards, bro. I think, did you feel how I did? They just kind of went away from it? And they should have maybe stuck with it a little more? Because the second half, the Chiefs' offense was doo-doo. They scored 3 points. Same thing that happened to them against the Bengals the first time.
Regular season. Yeah.
And Joey, I'll let you take over for me.
Well, I remember, Jerick McKinnon, who I don't think very highly of. He kept on busting like these 5, 6, 7, 8, 10-yard runs. It just seems like at will. Okay. For some reason, they just didn't continue with that. The offense got stagnant. I felt like they are favored in a lot of matchups, like with Kelsey, with Hill, and they just didn't get the ball to Hill at all.
Not the second half. Yeah, correct.
They should have found numerous ways to get him the ball with, direct snaps to him,
jet sweeps.
You know, I remember they called a few different plays for Mecole Hardman, and I think they should have just put Tyreek in there for it.
Like, why not, right?
Yeah.
Like, as much as Mecole is, like, Tyreek's better.
Much better. Yeah.
And they were arguing on the sidelines.
Yeah, like, Mecole was like, I'm open. It's like...
They were imploding.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. And, I mean, we're talking about, like, the Chiefs kind of, like, how they got blown out. But they got to the 5-yard line at the end of the fourth, down by 3. And we're like, they could just easily punch this ball in. But no,
they can easily... I think... Look, this is what I was telling my brother. You're talking about the last drive, right?
Before the field goal that tied it, yeah.
Okay. I was telling my brother this. They were at about like the 40 or 35-yard line near there. And it was right before they got that big run. And I was telling him, I was like, do the Chiefs here play like if other teams are playing them? Like, do they try to waste the clock? And if I'm the Bengals, do you just let them score? So you at least get some time on the clock.
I said the same thing to Joe. I said in the Super Bowl with the Eagles, Jim Schwartz said to Doug Peterson, we might not stop them, but we'll get you time on the clock. It was like, we're going to go balls to the wall. They might score quick, but we're not going to go down just letting them bleed us dry. And I thought the Chiefs did a great job. I was like, wow, they're going to bleed this clock and score.
Yeah.
And then, Joey, I'll let you describe the third down drop back Mahomes had where he almost cost them the game.
Yeah, I think all day, as Juan was saying earlier, he said those plays come to bite you. I think Mahomes was trying to do too much back there, and he was making some amazing plays in the beginning of the game, but at the end, it really just caught up to him.
I mean, he almost took him out of field goal range. He lost 17 yards on the sack where he fumbled.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Thuney saved the season. Harrison Butker, great kicker, comes in. And then the Chiefs win the coin toss, and you're like, well, we've seen this before. The stadium was like, got it. Got it, coach. And I told you, I said, I bet if the Bengals win this coin toss and go down and score, the NFL is going to change its rule because you can't have Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen sitting on the side. But you know what? The Chiefs won it. Bengals came out. Honestly, I thought the second half of the game, Bengals were down by 18 at one point. They were just out physicaling the Chiefs, right? They were just hitting them harder, making more plays. And they made the biggest play of the game. They got a pick on Mahomes. We didn't even talk about the stupid pick he threw. My dad, we're like, the Chiefs got this. My dad's like, no, they could fuck up right here. He's going to throw a pick. And he threw a pick to BJ Hill on cue. And I said, man, if they lose this game, I want to talk about this play more than anything else. Because that play, just stupid, dumb interceptions. And it's like, it's kind of unlucky in a sense, but it just happened to them all year where it's a batted ball at the line, pick, drop, pick. Just a stupid. You should never throw a pick to a D lineman, right? We can agree to that.
It's funny. Most definitely. I 100% agree with you. It's funny because I felt like the first half was the Chiefs team when you got the good this year, and the second half was all the bad we seen from the Chiefs this year. Like
that's
it was
perfect.
Literally
that's the perfect way to say it.
Yeah, it was perfect. 2 different teams that came out to play today, and they got a little bit relaxed. I thought, look, I know Andy Reid has been doing this for a long time, and he is still an elite head coach, no doubt about it. But sometimes those plays just wind up killing you, dude. Like, this is not the first time he does this. It's just lately it's been working. I don't know if you guys remember this, but against the Browns in the AFC Championship, I believe, or the divisional, whatever it was. Yeah, divisional, with Chad Henne throwing it on 4th down.
Yeah, to secure it. But I disagree with you on this point, Juan. The Chiefs' offense has been pretty machine-like the last 3 years with Mahomes. Yeah. This year, there was a lot of times where it was like, man, when it's on, it's on. But when it's off, oof, it's off. And I felt like this year there was too many times where it was just off.
To me, you've been running the ball so well all game. You want to bleed the clock from second down because they wanted up passing it on second down. They got sacked. I think you just run it in. Like, it's like the Seattle thing by the goal line. It's like, run the damn ball. If we can't punch it in 3 plays, running the ball, we don't deserve to score.
And it's like they have been moving it all game.
Yeah, and people are gonna argue with it. You're gonna hear all on these fucking TV shows this week, like, oh, but you got to put it in your best player hands, and you got to put it in Mahomes' hands. There comes a time where you just got to get a feel for the game right there, and it's easy, hindsight is 20/20, but I would have ran it. I was saying that they should have ran it because, like, by no means you just don't pass it. Because even if you pass it, you're gonna there's a potential that you stop the fucking clock. And I think that's the whole reason why he took this. That's why he took the sack. Well, I was even saying it. When I was seeing that play, I was screaming at the TV, you better go down. Like, you better not throw this ball away because you're gonna wind up wasting a down and it's gonna stop the clock.
Exactly. And especially when they pass on second down, they basically said, we're passing from here on out. You don't even have to worry about us running it. I will say I did like on second down one. He took the sack. And I was like, good. That's very smart.
Good job.
You got to get sacked right there. Like, there's sometimes the quarterback you have to understand, I have to be sacked right here. I can't. It's more important to get sacked than to try to make a dumb play and something bad happens. And that was smart. But this, like you said, I honestly can't say anything more. You said it best. This Chiefs team showed their colors. They showed the good. They showed the bad. And they caught up with them, man. And then Bengals just won't go away. They don't know what moment's too big. Jamar Chase continues to be Jamar Chase. T. Higgins has a big game.
Is he the best receiver in the league? Let's be real. Is he the best receiver in the league?
No, Juan likes Juan likes these slow guys who are fast.
Look. All jokes aside,
I want to bring up bullshit, but
all jokes aside,
he a game changer. And that I don't know. You can say that.
Is he the best receiver though?
He has a case. He changed their team.
Is he better than Tyreek Hill?
No, he's not.
He might be. I mean, he's not faster than Tyreek Hill. He's not faster. He doesn't play with Travis Kelce.
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying.
I think.
So you're saying he's better than Devontae Adams?
I think he's better than Devontae Adams.
I think so.
I think
is he better than D-Hop?
He's the best. I think he's the best receiver in the league right now.
Is he better than Debo?
Yes, he's better than Debo.
Yeah. He can't play running back. He plays running back.
He can't play running back.
No, he can't. That's what we're talking about, wide receivers. No, he's got a case for sure. Best rookie campaign. We thought Justin Jefferson's rookie year was special. Jamar Chase was like, I get you, and I'm going to raise you a little bit. But he's a game changer. I told Joey, I think today was officially good thing the Chiefs didn't take an offense. I mean, excuse me, the Bengals didn't take an offensive lineman. That narrative is done.
Fuck Penei Sewell.
Yeah, Penei Sewell, you're a bomb. Just kidding. We love you still. Joe Burrow only got sacked once this game. I didn't think he was under that much pressure. And I know the Chiefs D line's not special.
Times he was running for his life.
I think he was running a little bit, but man, you got to get home. You got to get some negative plays on them.
Dude,
and I just
he made incredible plays with his legs today.
He was pushing P today, man. Joe Shiesty pushing P.
Hey, Joe motherfucking Shiesty, dog. Like, bro, come on.
Yeah,
this says it all.
R.I.P. my boy. At least we don't have to see Jackson Mahomes. That's the real winner of the day.
I'm loving it. Like even this meme right here, the Kansas City Chiefs thought they won the game in overtime when they won the coin toss.
I think the whole stadium thought
Did
that.
Did you see the Bengals replied to that? Like, we won the game. And then,
hey, look, it's
do you
crazy.
Get the jerseys one real quick. The Bengals
for who?
Bengals. Super Bowl jerseys right there.
No, I feel like they gotta wear the black ones. I know the Raiders are the only black uniform team, but
yeah,
you gotta wear the black ones.
Yeah, you've heard that, right, Joey?
Okay.
Oh
yeah, whatever.
Okay. No other team has black jerseys besides the Raiders, 40-1.
I mean, no one wears it better.
Does the Falcons have black jerseys?
They do. The Eagles?
Yeah,
black jersey. Niners have black jerseys too for a little bit.
They had black jerseys.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Baltimore?
Never replicated.
Jets? Pittsburgh.
Never replicated. Only imitated. Never replicated. Only imitated. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, Joe Shiesty. Yeah. This motherfucker has balls of fucking steel. Straight up. This bruh.
Oh my
this
goodness.
Motherfucker just rises to the fucking occasion, bro.
Yeah.
He a big game hunter, bro. He never met a big game he didn't like playing in. It goes back to the college shit.
Oh my goodness. Like, is this the best start for a number 1 overall pick ever?
Yeah, it has to be.
Like, I don't know. Baker season? Mayfield got a lot of commercial. Baker Loki cleaning up though. Baker got more in the bank. Baker got more in the bank than Joe.
If I'm progressive, I'm deleting every fucking take we've ever did with Baker Mayfield, and I'm putting in Joe Burrow right now. I don't care. Green screen the motherfucker.
I don't care. Photoshop his head onto.
Yes, Photoshop it. I don't care. I don't want to see.
I think this run opens up the Herbert Burrow debate.
Hey, look.
Maybe
I had a couple.
They're both very, very
oh my god, 2 of the best,
amazing elite quarterbacks. Whatever you.
Who do you got? I was saying it's Justin Herbert early, like before we seen him go on this run.
Yeah, I think right now
I hate how
making a fucking discussion.
I hate how people go Burrow took a leap this year. I'm like, Burrow was doing all this shit last year. He just got hurt. And it's like, oh, Herbert didn't take a leap. I'm like, how the fuck do you take a leap from 38 touchdowns as a rookie to throwing another 38 touchdowns? I don't understand that. I feel like Herbert's got all the tools and he's a better physical guy. But Burrow just got that. I don't want to say it factor. He just got that
wiggle.
He just has that thing that's just like, it's kind of like Brady, how the teams don't quit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just Burrow just kind of inspires. I mean, like when Burrow walks in the room, you're like, oh fuck, that's Joe Burrow. And you might not say that about Justin Herbert because he's more of a quiet guy, and Burrow's just like, I'm the baddest MFer here, and sometimes you need that.
I never knew anyone with so many nicknames: Joe Shiesty, Joe Burr, Joe Burrow, fucking what's the other one? Someone call him the babyface assassin, like fucking Curry.
Oh my god!
Like
Joe B. I hate that Jimmy G's nickname's Jimmy G. You don't deserve to have a nickname. You suck. Like Joey B's a better thing. Joey, he's making Joes look good out there. You got to feel respect for him on that, making your name look good at least.
I appreciate it.
Ain't no Maxes in the league that are killing it or Juans.
I know. Hey, Juan Thornhill kind of got fucked up today though.
Yeah, he's ass. Sorry, he lost.
Yeah, dude.
How
But
about them Bengals, man?
how about them, bro?
So when we're talking about this Bengals team right here,
Okay.
They made it to the Super Bowl.
Correct.
How good of a team is this actual team? Are they a complete team?
It's
all
weird.
I want to know is, Joey, if the Eagles sucked and won the Super Bowl, this team must be some hot ass. Like,
I would say
nothing
this.
about their roster screams out other than like Jamar and Bro. Like, wow, they got that guy, but it's just like a bunch of gritty MFers.
Their defense is like okay guys. Like they have DJ Reader, they have Trey Hendrickson, they have Jesse Bates, and who else?
Mike Hilton? Chidobe Awuzie?
Nah, he doesn't qualify.
I just feel like you can have all the players on paper that you want, but it's how you play.
They
as
have
a
a
unit.
terrible offensive
It's how
line
you play.
too.
It's how you play as a unit, though. Like them as
I
a
agree
unit,
with you.
Terrible offense.
They
Okay,
play-
we all agree on that. No one's gonna argue. They gave up 9 sacks in the playoff game, but they're just tough outs, man. They're just tough. I don't know how to say it. Like I agree with you, Joey. I agree. You look at the paper, you're like, is Jermaine Pratt that good? Like Jesse Bates, we know is good.
Their front seven, I think, is.
But you can look at teams like Cleveland, you're like, fuck. They got all the talent.
Yeah.
They got Odell. They got Jarvis. They got.
But they play like shit as a unit.
No more.
Yeah, Odell. I hope if Odell wins, he just yells like Cleveland, this is for you, like LeBron did, and just like holds up a middle finger. Shout out to Baker's the problem. I just want to say Odell. I'm sorry, you were right.
Look,
Odell.
I want to say this. I want us to go around the table and kind of say biggest losers of today.
Okay.
And one that pops out to mind.
I was gonna say Joey, but I don't know if I can say
it. Garbage.
About it, Adam.
Garbage.
What did that say?
Look, I have a different one. I'll exclude Joey. Joey cannot be on the loser list.
No.
Go ahead, one.
I was gonna say we're talking all this Baker Mayfield talk. Cleveland Browns. I think they're losers today. You look at a team like the Cincinnati Bengals, right? Almost the same fucking situation. Sucked ass for the last like 3 or 4 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
They wind up drafting a number 1 overall quarterback. Same division. And you arguably have more talent than the Bengals, and the Bengals are in the fucking Super Bowl.
So are you saying the Browns messed up drafting Baker at 1?
Yeah, they're losers.
But I thought messing up draft picks isn't that important.
Oh, shut up.
Joey, have you heard the argument?
When they're have the Browns did anything to fucking do to erase it?
I think they signed Nick Mullins.
Yeah, it's good.
Exactly. that fucking
they got Case Keenum. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But okay, I get you though. That's a good parallel. Your draft shit's still trash, but
Look,
I agree with you.
It's embarrassing. You look. If I'm a Browns fan today, I'm fucking pissed. How the fuck did the Bengals end up in the Super Bowl and not us?
So like, I think you should broaden it to the AFC North.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're a Steelers fan,
you're pissed.
Not really.
I mean, the Ravens.
Really. Look,
what about the Ravens?
I think the injuries you could say for the Ravens.
I don't think so. Look, the Ravens had their problems: injuries, COVID, Big Ben, fucking trash. Okay, travesty this year.
Wow,
terrible.
Harsh words. Okay,
I mean, let's be real. He's terrible.
Okay,
the Browns. Joey even mentioned it. Fucking paper champs, great on paper. All these draft picks, all this fucking commotion. Myles Garrett, and what's the most important position? Quarterback. They play in the same division, had higher expectations than the Bengals, and the Bengals came out and they got a fucking run. Like, if I'm a Browns fan, I'm pissed. And today the Browns are losers. Like, that's one of the big losers today.
I like that. I do like that. That's a good one. I have a weird loser. I would say starting tight ends for the Super Bowl teams are the biggest losers because they both got hurt. Uzama, I think, tore his ACL, and Tyler Higbee hurt his knee, and it just kind of sucks. I just thought that was interesting how both tight ends got hurt.
Kittle and Kelsey are not going to be playing in it?
No, but I mean, they didn't get hurt. You know, they actually, like, their team went on. Maybe they can come back. But other than those two guys, I think the biggest loser today, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. I think that's just bad. Like, you're up 18. They got Chiefs. They were up double digits, and they came back on.
They got Chiefs.
They got chiefed.
Yeah.
Chiefed. Joey,
So do you want me to play the video for your loser or
Garbage.
if you were okay, so is Jimmy G really your loser?
Jimmy G's my loser.
Do you have another one? Anyone other than that's not a Niner? The Fox broadcast.
I would say
didn't
Baker Mayfield's a loser too, just to add that.
Yeah, I'm saying this, but the progressive commercials have come to a halt.
Look, progressive commercials.
Is Tom Brady a loser?
Odell
No.
Beckham.
He winner for sure. Odell.
He's a winner, but that makes Baker Mayfield the biggest loser.
Man, Juan's getting a lot of brown hate out on this podcast.
Why do you eat that
how about a loser? Anyone who said Tom Brady's retiring?
Oh, straight loser. Straight loser.
We're not talking about that, are we? Because we don't even know, right?
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't have enough information.
Yeah, we'll see about that. That's a big ass fucking
shit show.
Hole. Yeah. Let's see. Any more losers? Anyone from the Rams? And
Juan for not showing up to the dungeon today.
Yeah, that's a L, but that's a mini L. It's my birthday, dog. All right.
Shout out to us for not being invited to Juan's birthday. Losers.
Wow. We ordered pizza. I don't know.
It's COVID in the streets, dog. All right.
Dude, we didn't order Juan's nasty ass pizza. We're winners.
Is COVID an L for not affecting the playoffs?
We got our vax. We're vaxxed. We're good.
I know, but is COVID an L? Like, is it taking an L for
apparently they're not even taking COVID tests and shit, bro. They're not. Why would you? Why would you?
They don't give a shit.
Oh, big loser. Are Rams fans winners? Because I feel like they showed up a little today.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was
a Rams
weird.
fan?
They're fucking terrible.
No, not the fans. Okay, so I'd say for a winner, I have to do this, okay?
Okay.
I have to give credit to the Rams.
They went all in.
They went all in, and it paid off. I have to give credit for them going after
I feel like they got
Odell, going after Matt Stafford, going after Von Miller.
Don't you dare say Sony Michel. They could bought that fool for shit.
I got another loser, by the way, after this.
I think one of the major differences this game is not this game, but between the Niners and the Rams. The Rams went for it, and the Niners were content with just bringing back their same old players. With K'Wan Williams, Tart.
Were they
content, the quarterback?
Yeah, Jimmy G running
back. Would you rather had Stafford for 2 first-round picks and trading Jimmy G, or would you rather have Trey Lance for 3? I get that it's a hard question. Based on
what I've seen now, probably Matt Stafford.
Or any of the other quarterbacks out there. Like, if you could make a play for somebody.
With this team, with the Niners team as it stands right now, their team is really good. They don't have very many holes. But I do think, if they had somebody that was maybe 20% better than Jimmy, they could have actually made the Super Bowl.
So when the Niners had their little mini run in the 2010s, me and Juan were friends with you, obviously, and you would say we have a 7-year window to win a Super Bowl. And it might have just been, Niner love.
Oh, Jesus.
But no. I'm not bringing that up to throw you under the bus. But I'm saying, you've changed? I'm guessing. Yeah, I know.
No windows that big.
So okay, so that's what I was going to ask you. So, you don't know that you're in your window anymore. Unless you're maybe Mahomes or Josh. Unless you have those two guys, you're not really sure.
So with the Niners, what they did, they brought back all of their players from 2019. So. K'Wan Williams, Tart,
but I would argue.
And then look, they tried to make it work. They tried to be, they tried to make it so that it was like a revenge tour, and their 2020 season was just because of injuries. They were actually the best team in the world. It's just they got injured.
Can you blame them? Can you blame them though?
Looking at it right now, yeah, you can, because
arguably they were better than the 2019 team. Arguably,
I think it's just interesting when you compare the two in this sense, the Rams and the Niners. The Rams went all in for the quarterbacks. They have no future, basically, right? They're operating under the assumption we have 2 years or 3 years to win this shit.
Mm-hmm.
The Niners were like,
less than that, probably.
Yeah, but the Niners were like, let's get our guy in here who's a rookie. We'll develop him, and that's taking the long road, right?
I think that was
And
the
it's just
last
interesting.
fucking option, though.
But I just think that's I just think it's interesting that you could talk about the parallels. The Niners were like, okay, we'll kind of try to extend it because we'll get our guy in here who's really young. And Stafford's on the down. He's like on the downslope of his career. Not that he's bad, but he don't have 5 years left. Stafford.
The Niners were in that though. They were trying to get Stafford. They've been trying to. It's just they haven't got the guy.
Why wouldn't you just take Kirk Cousins then?
Stafford.
Why don't you just get Kirk Cousins for a first?
He's probably just not.
You don't think he's 25% better than Jimmy? Because you said 20% than Jimmy, you'll win it.
He's probably 20%.
And Kyle Shanahan wanted him. Jimmy. Kyle Shanahan's plan was to wait originally for Kirk Cousins,
right?
And they made the trade,
right? But there was no look. Kirk Cousins right now he's old, and he's just not playing very well.
I don't think so. Look, I think with everything that happened, now that we've seen the smoke clear, okay, and we know what happened. This year was a success for the Niners. The best case situation happened. Probably the second best, okay? The second best was to obviously make it to the Super Bowl. First best, win it, okay? Was that likely? No, probably not, okay? It's very hard to win the Super Bowl, especially when you got an incapable quarterback. But the fact that Kyle Shanahan got this far with Jimmy Garoppolo, a guy who he picked from the start, he could have easily cut him or traded him, who everyone in the NFL circle, including me and Max hardcore, were already laughing at the fact that Kyle Shanahan was like, oh yeah, we're still keeping him. I was fucking like, yeah, fucking right. You gave up 3 first-round picks for a quarterback. Why wouldn't you start him? He fucking laughed in everyone's face. He's like, no, I'm dead serious. This year, we can win with Jimmy Garoppolo. He's stuck with Jimmy the whole year. The only reason why he fucking pushed back is if Jimmy was hurt. They made it to the NFC Championship, and they lost by 3 points. They fought. Like, it was not a blowout. They were not outplayed. Like, it was a success. He's playing with house money. It's a great season by Kyle Shanahan. He got a lot of shit off his back.
I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from, and I think you have a lot of good points. You really, really do. But at this point, you know where I'm at is we don't know what Trey Lance is. We don't know what he's going to be.
All of a sudden, what you mean?
That doesn't.
All of a sudden,
Joey on the podcast gets his thinking cap on. Joey, the Niner fans, like, I like that throw. I'm in.
No. I'm a huge fan of Trey Lance. I think he's got all the talent in the world.
But for your sake of podcasting integrity, you have
we're talking Josh Allen level.
Oh
talent.
my
god! But
I'm
not saying that's what he's definitely going to be or is right now. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like he's got out of this world talent. We don't know what he is. We don't know what he like. This was. Where I'm coming from is I think this season, you know, what they were capable of doing with what they have is an absolute success. But not being able to showcase the quarterback that you traded for 3 first-round picks for is a failure. You know, I think that they were content with Jimmy, and it may bite them in the ass eventually. We'll see how Trey Lance looks. I don't know. I don't truly know if sitting this
year was beneficial.
He got the show, though. He had 2 opportunities, Joey. He had 2 opportunities
as far as I'm concerned. During the Texans game, I actually liked what I saw. If you disagree,
you can argue there's a lot of stuff that you can like what you've seen. Parts of the game.
Sure.
From all the stuff that we've seen. But the bottom line is he never sees the opportunity to take over the job. And Kyle Shanahan was so confident in Jimmy Garoppolo. He never blinked. He never did.
Well, don't you
think
there was
never once where he was not in Jimmy's corner.
Right. But
he was in Jimmy's corner the whole time.
Don't you think this may be because he's just a stubborn asshole, Kyle Shanahan?
No, I think because he
I
fucking
would.
knows quarterbacks and he knows the kid's not ready.
Yeah,
And
I would.
look, and his decision being the grown up in the room, that's part of being the head coach. Being the grown up in the room, knowing what's best. Yeah, the fans may hate it and everyone's going to talk about it and criticize him. He took that shit and ran with it. Like he was just like, "You know what? I'm starting Jimmy Garoppolo. I got to an NFC championship, motherfuckers." Like laugh at that.
I
With
as
a
a
potential to win the Super Bowl.
with no favor or hatred towards the teams, I would have liked to see them be a little more proactive in the future of the quarterback position, like going more all in a sense. I think that this team could have benefited from it. But you both raised some very valid points. I think if you're Trey Lance, you're a little scared if you're a Niner fan, you haven't seen the kid play at all. And it's kind of weird you're having him redshirt. And like Juan said, Juan made a very valid point. I would say he never had the chance. He never took the chance to seize the job. And I personally think you trade 3 first-round picks, you're giving them every opportunity. And it's just the way that the season started, they were 3-5, and you had a fight. I just think Jimmy gave them the better chance. So that's why Kyle went with him.
And I
That's
would
what I
say
think.
this, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
That doesn't mean that Trey Lance is gonna suck. There's a lot of beneficial reasoning on why you should do that. Like the kid is a project. I've been yelling it. Me and Max have been yelling it. He's a project, bro. Let him learn. Like I think he'll be fine, honestly. And I trust. If I'm a Niner fan, I trust Kyle. Kyle's gone us this far. I trust his judgment more than my own. And I think from the moves that he's made and the decisions that he's made, it's that Trey Lance wasn't ready this year. And we'll reevaluate him next year.
I
Get an
like
off season in, improve.
I like what you said, Joe. You got something to wrap it up with on the Trey Lance talk?
Well, okay. So I just think that this year could have been better utilized, rather than having like a Jimmy Garoppolo quote unquote like farewell tour.
Okay, if Trey
you
Lance,
guys said it yourselves, he's done with this team. What was the point? What was the actual point? If we didn't win a Super Bowl, what was the point?
Well, I mean, now you could say that, but he gave you so do you think with Trey Lance you would have had the same chance to get to the Super Bowl with Jimmy G? Like, let's just say Jimmy G.
We don't know, but
what would you go with? That's what I'm asking you.
I would have. Look, I think with Jimmy Garoppolo, his cap hits like what 26. 20,
no, look, you're overgoing it.
Okay,
Jimmy Garoppolo gave you guys like I'd say like a 60% chance.
So we're Super Bowl. We're not talking about salary cap.
We're not talking about nothing. I'm talking about if you started Trey Lance over Jimmy G this year, what's the chances like Trey brings you to where Jimmy did?
Probably, I would have to say unlikely.
So less than Jimmy's chances.
Yeah.
So I think that's exactly why they went with Jimmy. So that's why I guess that's why this year was good. Because I mean, Joe, you're like I know you didn't make it, so now you're like the whole season's not a bust. Like you guys almost went there. It is tough. It's just I agree with you because it's hard to build for the future while trying to compete in the present. It's a very thin balance.
It's hard less than 24 hours after a loss.
100%.
Right.
And heat of the moment.
But like, do you put any blame on Kyle Shanahan for not developing his rookie quarterback?
We don't know that though. We don't know he's not developed. We just haven't seen him enough. He could be developing. Like, how could you say Mahomes developed? He played one game and it was good after his rookie year. You can't say he developed.
Once it becomes a problem when you guys are not winning football games and the quarterback's not being developed, that's when it becomes a problem. You guys won games though. He proved he proved why he knew what was best for the 49ers.
We're at 57 minutes right now.
Yeah.
I want to hit some of the coaching hires before we end
hit those and then we'll end it.
Let's each give our just initial quick thoughts. We're not going to break it down too much. I'll stay the first coach. The New York Giants hired Brian Daboll, the offensive coordinator from Buffalo Bills. He's a New York guy, so it kind of makes sense in that regard. Juan, what you think? You like it, love it, hate it?
I don't like it, and I'm probably going to be the only one that doesn't like it. I was texting you about this privately, and I was telling you like I don't really like what he's done as a whole. Like a lot of the Josh Allen stuff is going to get brought up. He developed Josh Allen. He did this. He did that. Like I think Josh Allen, for one, the human being of trying to get better, has to be a factor. Number one.
Correct.
Number two, he wasn't with Josh Allen in the offseason. Like it was the quarterback coach. Like that summer from 2 years ago, that was the biggest leap I've ever seen from a quarterback ever. I can remember. I've never seen a quarterback get that much
And you're
better.
not talking about statistical leap. You're talking about play on the field better.
Yes. Mechanics, play on the field, overall, dude. Just everything. And I don't think his offense is all that great. I think there's a lot more meat that can be handled on Josh Allen's plate to be even better. As crazy as that sounds, I truly believe that. Like if he had someone like Andy Reid, I think like the height is unlimited. And Dable, is he a good coordinator? Yes. Is he great? No, I don't. I don't like what does he do with the offense besides Josh Allen being amazing? Like he doesn't really scheme
I
up.
think you're a
He's not
little down on the offense compared to most people. I think it's good, but I mean, it wasn't like they've had some plethora of playmakers. It was like you have a decent online, you have one good receiver, you have a couple decent receivers. You have one great receiver, a couple good ones. So I'm not sure if I agree with you on the sense that there's so much left out there. I totally agree that he's not working with him in the offseason. You can't put Josh Allen's leap solely on him. But I think I liked his offense. I like the move one. I don't love it. And I'm sorry to have cut you off.
And I would just say this: the Giants don't have that many players, bro.
Well, it's weird, right? Because they have talent. They have like Tony Galladay, who's kind of a bum. They have Barkley. They have Jones, but they can't block for anything because they fired Jason Garrett, and we all laugh and say, "Oh yeah, that's the problem. They just so can't score." So I think they have a
it's
lot of
gonna be
work
a
to do.
bust.
Yeah, it's not the best situation. Joey, what do you think?
As far as Brian Dable, I'm actually a really big fan of him, but I don't like the fit at all. I don't like the fit at all. I don't think
so. There are better situations to go to than the Giants in this particular moment.
Right. I would like to see him with a different team, a different quarterback, but
not a Daniel Jones guy. You don't think he's the guy?
I think Daniel Jones is talented. I think he's okay. I think he'll end up being probably a long-term starter, but nothing special. No.
Okay.
But I would have actually loved to see Harbaugh here because with Harbaugh, he could have transformed them into a run-first team. And I really think that he would really maximize Saquon Barkley. Like, where does Saquon Barkley fit in Brian Daboll's offense?
Yeah, that's a great fucking point.
I like that. I mean, he's so talented. We think Saquon Barkley's so talented he can basically do anything. But until they address the roster, which also needs work, and they did hire a GM, they need to get O-line because they can't block, they can't pass protect, they can't run protect. And you got to be like in the trenches. Yeah, got to improve there for sure. They have one good guy, Andrew Thomas. But I like what you said, Joey. I think you brought up a good plan. You like Daboll more than we do, but even you don't love the fit in New York. And I disagree with Harbaugh. I don't think he meshes well in a big city where the team's always under scrutiny. That's what I'll say.
Okay, that's fair.
So I feel like we're all kind of a mixed bag with Daboll, right?
Yeah. We'll see. The Giants are a fucking mess. They need a fucking cap guy to get in there.
Speaking of a mess, let's go to the Las Vegas Raiders, who, much to my disappointment,
how are we a mess though?
I mean, you basically got
dumpster fire.
You basically got two guys who are going to be
team.
You basically got two guys who are going to be lining up against each other in prison for the next 20 years.
Yeah, with all that said, we're still a playoff team.
Again, just a mess of a team, just to make one a little angry. I like angry one. But they hired Josh McDaniels. He brings his guy Dave Ziegler to be GM. I mean, we got to let Juan lead this off, right, Joey?
Yeah. What do
Go
you
ahead,
think?
Juan.
Man.
Do you like that he's returning to the division he coached in back to the AFC West? Does that fill you with confidence?
Like, this is how I feel, man. I wanted Harbaugh. I know everyone else probably disagrees and says, he wouldn't have been a good fit. I disagree. My own personal opinion, I thought he would have been a great fit. I would love Ed Dodds to come in, and I was already assuming like Vic Fangio and Jim Harbaugh. Like get the band back together. I just feel like when the Raiders have been good, they've been a running football team, and it would have helped Josh Jacobs in the offensive line, like especially with Alex Leatherwood, like just Jim Harbaugh in
Who?
general.
Oh, your first round pick.
Yeah, the bust.
No, there's no such thing.
Anyway,
Stop.
as far as the hire goes, I think it's the definition of a high risk, high reward. It's a major risk. It's a major fucking swing. As I don't care what anyone says, it's not a for sure thing. It's fucking huge, bro. And yeah, the whole Denver situation happened 10 years ago, but it's some fucking crazy shit, dude. I'm a big fan of the I Am Athlete podcast. It's with Brandon Marshall. Shout out to them. He's always telling stories about Josh McDaniels, and he has a lot of former teammates on, like DJ Williams, another Bronco guy. And just hearing the stories about McDaniels, it's very alarming. It's a guy who's kind of fucking stuck up and has that New England like asshole to him, but he
Well,
doesn't have the
it's the New
culture to
England.
back it up.
It's like the New England culture, but we've seen that go to other places. And Mike
Yeah.
Vrabel never coached there. I know he
Yeah.
played there, but he never coached there. When you saw Matt Patricia, it just rubs some guys the wrong freaking way, and that's what you're
Right.
afraid of, right?
Yeah, I'm totally afraid of that. And like it's been 10 years. Everyone's going to say that. It's been 10 years. He's grown. He's done so much after that. But not too long ago, this is the same guy who dipped out on the fucking Colts, bro. Like straight up just said, never mind. I don't want to do it.
That was a weird look for sure.
It's fucking crazy. You
we
already
all-
hired coaches.
They already and it seemed like the plan was, and it was reported by many people that Bill Belichick's like, yo, when I'm gone, it's your ship. And then I guess that didn't pan out.
I've been hearing that for years.
I mean, that's been the thing. It's like Bill Belichick can't coach forever.
I would say this. I think it's a great sign for the Raiders just on how they're looked at. I think he looked at this team. He's seen Derek Carr, and it's great for Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr is here to stay. And I think it just goes to show why he's a top quarterback. He may not be elite, but he's a top quarterback.
So how do you feel about it?
Looks at it.
Like it, love it, or kind of, man?
Gotta wait and see, man.
Gotta wait and see.
I like it. The one thing I do like about it, GM, head coach, great relationship. It's not a dictatorship like John Gruden, Reggie McKenzie, like guys who have too much power. I feel like it's a good balance. It's a good relationship. I like that part of it with Ziegler and McDaniels. They're gonna build a culture. It's gonna be tough, but big winners of this on our team, Hunter Renfrow. He fucking hit the lottery. He hit
Josh
the fucking
McDaniels had to see a white receiver in the slot and said, God, I know what to do with one of those.
Look, he hit the fucking lottery with Renfrow hit the lottery with McDaniels and Darren Waller. Those two guys have to be doing like jumping jacks, jumping high as fuck in the air. Because these guys, like, it may turn their career. This is a guy who knows how to use the tight ends and knows how to use slot receivers. And I'm happy for those two guys. I want to see who we hire as DC. I've been hearing Wink Martindale. I would love that.
Is there any news that Bisaccia is special teams coach coming back?
No, I think he's probably going to most likely go to the Bears.
Oh, that's sad. But okay, Joe, what do you think?
I question the fit. I just don't see it. I don't think that.
Of course you don't. But go on.
How can I? Like, do you honestly think like he's going to do anything for that run game?
Yeah,
the Patriots have had a really good.
I'm not worried. Schematic wise, I'm not worried at all. I think schematic wise, we're gonna be good. Like we'll probably see some actual blowouts from the Raiders now. Like I think against bad teams, we're probably gonna like beat bad teams really good. But it's the whole culture. It's talking to players, knowing how to communicate with players and connecting with them. Like something that like let's just say it, Bisaccia was amazing at. That was one of the big things. Everything that all the pros
why not
that
keep
come
him?
with.
Well, I think the schematics are why you don't keep them, right? This is what that signals to me. And I'm with you, Joey. I question part of the fit, but to me, it's not about schematics. It's what Juan said. It's like you don't have to be a player's coach, but you can't alienate your players.
Right.
And that's what we heard about Josh McDaniels. And in his defense, 10 years ago, you learn stuff, right? You're not the guy coming in, chip off the block. He's learned a lot. And you can't be Bill Belichick. Don't try it. Don't try to be Bill Belichick. Right. Be whoever Josh McDaniels is. Win the locker room over. You can't. It doesn't matter how good your scheme is, Juan. If your players don't want to fight for you, run through a wall, you won't be good. So I like the schematics of it, but I need to wait and see how Josh McDaniels, the person, is going to be.
Really quick, okay, so they hired Josh McDaniels as the head coach. What if let's say they didn't do that? What if they went with Bill O'Brien just as a head coach? How would you feel about that?
I would hate it.
I wouldn't mind. I don't think it's
just as a head coach.
Yeah, I mean, you have to give him zero decision making in this sense, but he's not he went to an AFC Championship game on Bill O'Brien as a coach.
I think he's a pretty good coach.
I
don't think he's a good decision maker.
His stock is so low; it's hard to sell to anybody.
He's an idiot, though.
But yeah,
I just think
I like McDaniels. I like the point, though.
I like the fact that McDaniels was so sold on only coming to the Raiders. Like, this came out of left field, and McDaniels chose us.
We don't have to hear this shit for like months, right? The Patriots coach thinks we're good. We're good, bro.
Yeah, we're good. Like, we're a fucking playoff team. I don't give a fuck what you two losers say. Like,
hey, you're a loser too, asshole. We're all playoff teams.
Like, look,
he'll have a better tenure for sure than he did in Denver. That's for sure. That's hard to top that. I mean, he probably won't draft Tim Tebow in the first round again.
I hope he does.
Bring back Tebow sightings in Vegas. But look, I think it's a good segue to talk about the Denver Broncos. They hired Nathaniel Hackett, who was the OC for the Packers. He was the OC for the Jags the year they went to the AFC Championship game.
Don't know much about the guy. I know he's a UC Davis guy. All the UC Davis alum is fucking going nuts about it. Look, this is either a play for Rodgers or a play for apparently Brady. As crazy as that sounds.
No way. But what you said one real quick. There's already reports today that Broncos are heavily going after Rodgers and and Devontae Adams. So that's just like way too odd. That I don't know how. I'm just saying that's what they're trying to do. I mean, they don't have no money tied up in quarterback.
Joey says how? Like, this shit's possible, bro.
Bro, the Saints were $75 million over the cap last year. Said they're fucked. They cut like 3 guys and they're good.
So how possible is it really? Like, how many first round picks would they have to trade?
Like 2. If you don't want to be there, they're not going
to for both of them.
Devontae's a free agent.
Oh, he's a free agent.
Yeah, they might tag him. That might be the bad thing. But
they'll tag
again, we're in an era where the players will just be like, "Fuck you," and just tank their value. It's that easy today, which is insane. It's not NBA level, where it's not like, Devontae has to gain 80 pounds like Zion would, but it's not that hard to get traded, man. And especially if you don't want to be there, and especially it's just they have the draft capital, they have good young. What if they're like, we'll give you Courtland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, we'll take Devontae in a first.
I tell you this. I tell you this. I'll tell both of you guys this. If this is a swing to get Rodgers and it doesn't happen, this is the fucking stupidest hire you can ever do.
The only reason I think I
hired him because of that.
It's very weird that the reports come out like a day or two after they hire the guy. He's had decent offenses, but even the Packers offense, sometimes I'm like, it's not the most creative. Granted, they don't have the best talent, but I think he makes sense kind of on paper, and especially if it's a ploy to get those 2 guys. I mean, if they get those 2 guys, good job. Good hire, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, who else got hired?
Well, there's only one more coach. It's the Bears. They hired defensive coordinator from the Colts, Matt Eberflus, and they hired a new GM, Ryan Poles, taking over for Ryan Pace, and they hired a new OC, Luke Getsy. I don't know much about Luke Getsy, but I like Matt Eberflus. I'm going to take this one first. I love the Colts defense, but sometimes they're not the most diverse. They say, hey, we play cover 3. We play cover 3. We do it really well. Maybe that's because they don't have the corners. It's just a little puzzling to me that they don't take an offensive guy to work with Justin Fields, but you don't always have to do that, right? You just have to hire a good OC. Every coach doesn't have to be a quarterback whisperer, right?
Yeah.
I like it. I just think this defense is kind of aging in a weird spot, and I think the Bears themselves are in a weird spot. So I like it, but it's just kind of weird.
I don't really like it. I would have went with an offensive guy. Yeah, you can get a coordinator, but I would have went with an offensive guy. Straight up. You invested 2 first-round picks and a guy in Justin Fields. Might be your first quarterback in history, literally. Like, that's good. And kind of sucks for Justin Fields because he's getting a defensive coach. I know he had the offensive one with Matt Nagy. That shouldn't reflect on how you pick the next coach. You should have went offense. That's just me. Eberflus, whatever the fuck, Eberflu, whatever his name is. Their defense is gonna be good. Yeah, and when has Chicago not have a good defense? Like, maybe we should try
That's a
something
good
else.
point.
Maybe we should try something else.
The OC comes from Green Bay. He's the quarterback coach and passing game coordinator. If that means anything to you. I mean, it's just a little weird. I agree with you on where you invest so much in the guy. You kind of want to see him through, but I just don't always think you have to hire Eric Bieniemy
It's kind of like what Joey said, like with the whole Giants situation. Your best players, Saquon Barkley. Why don't you invest in him even more?
Correct. Joey, any thoughts?
I actually would have liked to see Harbaugh or McDaniels here. Over.
You want Harbaugh back on the Niners, Joey? Is that
what you're bringing up Harbaugh a lot, and
You're
there's
already
talks he's
tired
going
of
to
Shanahan?
Minnesota.
You know, as much as I like Jim Harbaugh, I'm very satisfied with Kyle Shanahan.
I would be too.
I mean, yeah, you can't complain. You guys almost went to the Super Bowl with a shit quarterback.
But unfortunately, this is the Super Bowl, so
dang, well, pour it on, man. You know,
look, man, it's been a great show, dude. Before we let the audience go, I just want to say, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, bro. If you guys are new to the channel, we drop every Monday, live every Wednesday. Come and join us, bro. Come join the fam. Come join the gang. Gang.
bang bang Niner.
Oh wait,
sorry.
Bang
Too
Niner.
Too soon.
Yeah, too soon. All right, E40's probably fucking crawling in a hole crying. Anyway,
E40. No, you guys still got the Warriors, the Bay Area. Oh no, you don't. Oh yeah, you do. They're in San Francisco for sure now.
Yeah, fuck them. They're not Frisco. Okay, they're Oakland. Let's be real. They're the town. All right, but who's your pick for the Super Bowl, Joey? Who you going with?
I know it's early. I would have a mental breakdown if the Rams win.
Oh my, it's that big, huh?
Yeah.
So you're with one. I'm going for the Rams. I'm not picking them. I'm just saying I want them. I want to see Stafford and Odell.
Sure, not going for the Rams. Hardcore going for the Bengals. Do I think they're gonna win? You guys would have to wait and see for Wednesday for my pick and Max's pick when we break it on down on our live show. But I'm definitely going for the Bengals. I'm going for Joe Shiesty. I'm rooting for the fucking Bungles, Bengals, whatever the fuck they're called. I hate the fact that they beat the Raiders, but fuck it.
Tiger King, Joe B.
You're the Tiger.
Oh, man. Anything else, guys? Anything else?
We wish you could have been in the dungeon with us. Happy birthday, Juan. Come on, Joey. Wish him a happy birthday. It's the end of the show.
All right. Happy birthday.
Jesus Christ.
Go get you some fucking wings and some birthday cake.
Birthday week.
Don't call or text me after this fucking podcast.
Hey, look, man, look. I didn't
football.
Even text you after the
on
Niners
to the
game.
next year. On to the next year. On to the next quarterback.
How the fuck do you lose to the Rams, bro?
Eat my sack, Aaron Donald.
All right, y'all getting too toxic. Let's end this thing, man.
Let's end this thing before.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you guys next time. We out. Peace.